Hey everybody, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS and the chairman of the Make the Grade Foundation. Welcome to Open. It's going to be a fantastic show. In fact, coming up on the show today, we'll sit down with the chairman and the media coordinator of the African American Day Parade, who will give us a behind-the-scenes look at this year's parade celebration. And then we'll check in with the secretary and assistant secretary of the New York City Belize Parkfest Inc, who will speak about why this year's New York City Belize Parkfest can't be missed. You don't want to miss it. We've got all that here. And plus, we'll speak to a leading speech language pathologist and educator and a founder of an organization that is providing services for children living with disabilities in disadvantaged communities around the world. And then finally, we'll shed some light on how a tennis coach and entrepreneur is positively impacting the future of our community. So stay tuned, kick off your shoes and relax your feet. We're wide open, here we go. Hey, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. You're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Leading things off, our first guests are the chairman of the African American Day Parade and African American Day Parade media coordinator. They join us to speak about the history and the legacy of the parade and to give us a preview of the 55th annual parade celebration. So please welcome to the show, Dorinda Bagwell-Angelucci and Yusuf Hasan, the chairman. Yeah, welcome guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Here we are.
Hey, here we are once again.
Again.
55 years, can you believe it?
And how many years have
55
you been with us?
A lot of that.
A lot. Yes.
I remember.
A lot of that.
And you're still with us to
And
this
you're
day.
still with us
and it's a
today.
beautiful thing, you know, and it gets bigger and bigger every year, and people are talking about it all around, not only in the city and in Harlem, but all around the world.
Absolutely.
So, Dorinda, give us a little history of you. How did you get started? I know I used to work with your father there at the parade for many years.
Absolutely. It's you and me and Dad, Ed Bagwell, and his News Voice International.
Yes.
My father was the actual first audio engineer of the parade.
See?
And that's how we met you and WBLS, and we became good friends. But I grew up with Dad and Yusuf being the engineer for Dad as a
Yeah.
teen. So this is 55 years for you and probably 50 years for me.
No, I've watched you run around helping Dad roll up wires and all that stuff. Can you turn yours down so Dad can turn this up just a little bit? Okay, yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
So we used to coordinate like that. And you're still a coordinator
And we're
today.
still coordinating. And it's, you know, what a lovely thing. The parade for me personally was the catalyst for my communications career. So
Yeah.
this is truly an anniversary in every form.
Yeah, and of course we knew the different types of speakers. Your dad had the voice of the theater speakers.
That's correct. Woofers. He had that big Magnum speaker.
yes.
And I actually disconnected a wire and I shorted it out at the parade one year. So I didn't live that down.
But it's good. Here we are. And Mr. Chairman, you've been doing such a wonderful job over the years putting all of this together with your team. How does it look this year?
Oh, the parade is great this year. I'm telling you, this is 55th anniversary of the African American Day Parade.
Yeah.
And you know, it started in 1969, and our theme was Africa's Gift to America. And our Grand Marshals at that time was the Honorable Adam Clayton Powell Jr. and the great Shirley Chisholm. Wow. And today we come full circle.
Yes.
Well, our theme this year is Good Leaders equals Good Government, so vote. Being in a pivotal year for politics, we have some great Grand Marshals that are going to be with us once again. And hopefully this parade will bring all of us into one place and one space that we are all in this together. Through all of these years, we still stand as one of the greatest parades in the city of New York.
It's funny that you said we come full circle because Shirley Chisholm
Yep.
Kamala Harris.
That's right.
And then you still have the statue of Adam Clayton Powell right there on the corner where we operate, where we do our thing from, and the parade comes right through there. And so they're looking down. They're saying, "Wow,
100%.
you guys have come a long way."
Exactly. And you know, it started with all these other great young bands and organizations out there. Now we've grown to almost 200 organizations.
We started with
And
50, he said.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
50.
a small group.
Absolutely.
But
I keep asking the people that come from Maryland to bring some of those crab cakes. We'll share some Harlem food with you. Bring those crab cakes in here.
That would be fine, wouldn't it? But
Look
so-
at this here.
Yes, this is our vintage picture. That's
Yes.
Abe Snyder, one of the founders of the parade, and his daughter Jasmine Robinson, and she is now one of the chairs and also the coordinator for the parade. So this is a parade of legacy, even on the internal and the external. Yes.
Now that's Tamara Norman that was next to him, and Tamara Norman is the vice chairman of the African American Day Parade to this day.
Yeah.
So she's still with us.
Is that David Dinkins?
That's David Dinkins,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I
And
remember
Spike Lee is in that shot
Yeah,
also
wow,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Well, we got a
time.
lot of good shots. We're gonna put it together. We can sit down and put all that stuff together one day and take a look at it and just
Well,
scroll
the
it through.
African American Day Parade is the history and the legacy of our culture. And that's the importance of the parade, is kind of bringing a face to that and reminding the community of how far we've come, and
Yeah.
also impacting all of our beautiful young people to look up, stand on the shoulders of others, correct?
Yeah.
So the African American Parade represents that as a visual to the community.
And absolutely. And we're doing something special. I think this is the second annual that we
Yes,
do
it
on
is.
Saturday.
This
Talk
is the
about that.
second annual Get Involved day. And at the Get Involved Day, which is a complete community day, it's a health fair, it's in literacy, it's entertainment and culture. We're gonna have out on the plaza under Adam Clayton Powell's beautiful shadow, kids getting read to and food. And it's just a day and a weekend of complete investment into our young people and into our Harlem community.
It's the day before the day.
And then we want to make sure that this is just not about a party or a good
correct.
time. We want to make sure it's about education as well as commemorating our ancestors, but also to make sure we focus on 5 areas that strengthens our community on that particular day, which is health, education, business, and culture.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a great day for all of us to be there together, especially for our children, to make sure they get books and things, back to school services, and as well as education in our community about mental health. We will be focusing on the panel this year on mental health.
Why is that so big?
Well, a lot of people just need the support. Their stresses, not even just about COVID, right? We just have stresses any which way, work, career, feeling kind of self-worth and value. So mental health is constantly an issue in the Black community, in any community. But because we are a Harlem-based organization, we're trying to help support our people in our neighborhood and our community.
No, a lot of people putting things together have that within their initiative to talk about mental health.
And I think a lot of our young people have identity crises. And I think we need to focus in on what their needs are in the future. We see so much going on in the world today.
Yeah.
And I think it's making a great impact on the mental health of our young people, on how we could at least have a vision to see how we can help them in some way by listening to what their needs are and supporting them in that particular area.
African American Day Parade, doing it, I tell you. And then Sunday.
That's the big day.
Sunday, we have a little something before the parade starts.
At
Talk
11
about it. What's gonna
o'clock,
happen?
there's the pre-show, again, at 125th Street, Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard, under, the statue. There's a DJ, and there's a Get Involved, and it's just to kind of hype the community and get them all in place. Lots of vendors, lots of food, lots of mixed cultural things. And that actually is really the prerequisite to the parade. Then kickoff is back at 111th Street on Adam Clayton Powell. They're going to process up Adam Clayton Powell to 137th Street, and all of the bands, or we'll just say the entertainment, will of course have their presentation spot in front of the grandstand at the 125th Street.
And what's important about the grandstand is the area that we're going to have for our senior citizens.
100%.
We have a special place for our seniors. Sometimes they're unsung heroes, especially in the African American community. where they've been working hard in these apartment buildings, trying to hold their families together through all the crises that we've experienced, from Jim Crowism all the way to the civil rights movement, even to this day, the suffering that goes on in our community with gun violence and other things of that nature. But our grandmothers and great-grandmothers and fathers and uncles, they've been really holding the line. So we have a tent, a special place for them to sit on and watch the parade, and we have food to give them so they can relax, and we want to make sure that they are cared for on that particular day.
It would be a good thing. We used to get them back in the day with WLIB. I think Janie Washington got them at the time. Those cushions, like when you go to a stadium. Remember those cushions?
Yes.
We still have some of the WLIB.
We should bring them out for nostalgia. We're a nostalgic parade. We should bring them back out.
That's right. We'll talk about that next year.
Yes, we will. Certainly. Whatever you would like to do, we want to make sure our singers are very comfortable.
But I got to let you know that the first person to broadcast from the African American Day Parade was Hal Jackson.
Hal Jackson. Talented teens.
Yeah, one of the people who started WBLS and WLIB with Percy Sutton.
That's right.
Not too far from that location.
He and Debbie B used to always sit there and do their show right from that parade stand.
They were under the tent. I was in the street.
That's right. And you're still in the street.
And you're still in the street.
And they're still under the tent.
Yeah, they're still under the
because
tent.
Their spirit is with us.
That's right. That's right.
We're always going to remember them.
Absolutely.
One of the big growth spurts this year for the African American Day Parade is that.
While you're talking, go
oh
ahead.
My goodness.
I'm sorry, but go ahead.
No, that's great. It's, that's
yes,
great.
Yes.
That's great. It's Jesse Jackson and Adam Clayton Powell. This is beautiful. I'm so
With Al
glad.
Sharpton in there.
Yes.
Great man. Great man.
One of the very, very important things.
You.
Oh no, is this is the first year that we're going to be able to live stream the parade. And it's a really big growing up for this little India that could parade that we're going to bring, we're going to cross over into like really sharing nationwide the parade. And we're very excited about that. WABC is streaming the parade. It's the first time at WABC7NY.com. So between you and BLS and ABC, we really have come up in a long way.
Hey, here we go. And I see on the back of this you have some of the honorees.
Oh, we have some great grand marshals this year, and I think we really need to honor them because they really have some integrity. Many of them have great integrity. They are great leaders in our community. Yeah. And we need to just make sure that people know that one of our Attorney General, Letitia James, is just a great leader in our community and have been that way all of her career, along with our Speaker, Adrian Adams, Speaker of City Council, and certainly New York State Senator Cordia Clare.
Yeah, and there's one of the Central Park Five.
And yes, the exonerated 5, Yusuf Salam. It's amazing how far the brothers have come, and
He's
the
an
fact
elected
that
official now.
Exactly, and the fact that they're active in the community that supported them, and of course, as you know, the parade starts down in front of, pretty near the gates for the exonerated 5 at Central Park. So that's another piece of our Harlem history that we're, celebrating. Before we wrap,
all good things need a little extra help, whether it be volunteers, funds, or anything like that. Do you want to reach out to some people to
Would you like me to share?
Sure.
We, at the African American Day Parade, the floats are free for people to participate. A lot of the parade is put together by donations, but we want the community members
Say hello to my little friend.
We really want the community members to participate, and we want to support them participating for free. Of course, we'll get sponsorship from corporate sponsors, but donations will go to help support them having a place in the community, being showcased, and secondly, and more importantly actually, is it also supports the scholarship fund, the Abe Snyder and Lucinda Scholarship Fund. We give 6 different scholarships to students and to businesses. So cash donations are extremely important and vital to the African Day Parade organization.
Where do we send them?
We send it online. We have an online link.
It's on the website?
It's absolutely on the website.
And the website is?
www.africanamericanDayParade.org. And everything is written out, laid out for you on that website.
There you go.
And no donation is too small. Seriously,
and I'll just make a point about that. This parade have never charged our community anything to participate in the parade. And we want to make sure that stays in place because I think we've already taken a lot of hits from different areas in the community. You know, everything is so expensive these days, so why would we want to charge our own people the money to be in their own parade? And that's important to me, and I'm sure it's important to the board of directors.
But listen, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you at the parade.
I'm gonna see you at the
Well,
parade.
I'll see you before then because we have the press conference and all that stuff coming up.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you always for
Yes.
supporting.
Oh, Yusuf Hasan, co-chairman, African American Day Parade, and of course, Dorinda Bagwell-Angelucci, African American Day Parade media coordinator and publicist. Thank you guys so much for joining us. All right?
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you.
We'll see you soon.
Okay, Bob.
God bless you. I love you guys madly.
You too.
All right.
You too, brother.
We'll take a quick break. I've got more coming up next on Open. Yeah, people are getting homesick around here. Welcome back, everybody. Our next guests are the Secretary and Assistant Secretary of the New York City Belize Parkfest Incorporated, and they join us to promote this year's Parkfest celebration and to highlight its impact on cultural awareness. So please welcome to the show, Dona Andrews and Brittany Hazelwood. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So wait a minute. Give us a little history of the Parkfest, because you hear about it, but then you say, wait, where did it go? So it went from where to where, and it's back around, and it's coming back full circle?
Yes, so the New York City Belize Parkfest was at Boys and Girls High School in Brooklyn
Yeah.
for many years. And then they moved it to the Bronx, and that was run by Buddy Brown. And then it died down for over like 5 years. And Dwayne Gutierrez, he decided he wanted to rebirth it. So he's bringing it back, and it's going to be this year, September 7th, 2024, and it's going to be at Industry City, Sunset Park, downtown Brooklyn area.
Wow. So, Dona, this is the first time we're hearing about this in a long time then, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And Buddy Brown is like a mentor for Dwayne Gutierrez, so to see the Parkfest.
And
through.
Brittany, how does that look? It's going to have a stage with the food and all those things, like a carnival type of situation?
Yes. So it's like an event site. We have the stage, we have the vendors. It's a long strip, so it's you could walk around it and do different things. Yeah.
And so it will have the vendors, and who's performing on these stages?
So we're having, Dwayne decided that he wanted it to be as much Belizean as possible. So we're having artists coming in from Belize.
Oh,
yes.
wow. All right.
And so we also have Belizean artists here who are Belizean American from New York, from Jersey, and even from LA.
Yeah.
So we have Drew, we have Saint, we have Asiatic, who is a very famous artist who does the Garifuna music, the punta. Have you heard of the punta?
Yeah, I'm going to give Astor a call and say, hey, man, you know, Belize is coming to America.
Yes, yes. So we're very excited to promote, to encourage the Belizeans to come out and support, because it's a fundraiser. So this year it's a different twist, where it's a nonprofit. We're registered as a nonprofit. We're taking donations. If you can't make it, you can donate. You can go on the website. Can I say the website? And it's at NYC Parkfest.org, and you can get your tickets online. The tickets are online. And so we encourage everyone to come out, not only Belizeans, but we want to introduce Belize and the culture to the world. So even in the neighboring states like Connecticut and Pennsylvania, Jersey, everybody, and whatever islands you're from, you can come and learn
Dona
about it.
is taking donations.
Yes.
You're the first donor, though.
Yes.
So, Brittany, you ready for it?
Yes, I'm
You
ready.
guys are still doing all the work? You got the sleeves rolled up, ready to do
see
the
it?
thing? Yeah, there you go, Belize.
Yes, super ready, super excited. I want to add on to what she said. We're on all socials, Instagram, X. Also have a link tree. You could access it on our Instagram in our bio. So all the social media junkies, we're on everything.
Beautiful. Now, talk about the foods of Belize. I'm sure you're going to have, the vendors are going to be there, and you're going to have the food. I'm a foodie.
Yes.
I like different foods.
We have a mix. We're a very unique country, where we have Spanish food as well as Creole, and we have something called a boil up, and that's a mixture.
boil up?
Yes, mixture of the grung provision. We have, of course, rice and beans and stewed chicken and potato salad. We make the best potato salad.
All right,
And
hungry.
then and we're gonna have dukunu with stewed chicken, tamales, garnaches, panades.
dukunu?
Dukunu is it's like a cornmeal, and it's wrapped in the plantain leaves.
Oh, good, okay.
Yes, so everybody come out.
Brittany,
and
you getting hungry?
I am.
So it's very tasty. We have vendors that are coming. They are very famous for what they do. We have the ceviches, and mouth watering. I had some yesterday,
You
actually.
did?
Yes, I
I thought you
did.
was going to bring some today.
And it was really good from Miss Elsa, and we have Althea. Those are vendors, and so much more vendors are coming out.
You got some of the local restaurants coming down too as vendors?
Yes, they are. They usually go to the Linden Park to sell their food, but they're going to be coming to the Park Fest and participate in this, extraordinary event that we're having. That it's a fundraiser to also support the people in Belize. So that's what we're doing. So all the money, all the proceeds will go for sports, will go for medical, and what else?
Sports
Education.
and education. Yes.
So for sports, the tickets are $35, and don't worry that it sounds like a lot, but $5 of each ticket sold will go to the sports event in Belize. We already talked to the ministers from the sports unit. We have some of the officials are coming in as well from Belize to be a part of this wonderful program that we're doing.
What's the September 7th, you said?
September 7th.
Okay, so, yeah.
That's a Saturday.
Yeah, that's right after, okay.
Yes.
Got it. September 7th. And where's it going to be again?
Industry City, Sunset
City.
Park
Sunset Park in Brooklyn.
in Brooklyn, yes.
All right. There's the flyer right there. Brittany, look.
Oh,
That's the same flyer that you have.
But it's a little
Yes.
different now because we have
Oh,
the
you hooked it
artists
up? You
on
put
there.
The artists on there?
Yes, this is our
Artists
artist.
coming in from Belize.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
This is
You know
our-
they're going to want food.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course. We're ready for them. We're ready to provide
Yeah,
the food,
yeah.
yes.
So listen, I have a camera for you because you mentioned something about raising funds to send back to Belize. Say hello to my little friend. Brittany, you can do this one.
Okay.
Dona, you can do this one. Who wants to go first?
I'll make Miss Dona go first.
So hello to everyone. This is Dona from Belize Parkfest. We just want you to come out and support us, and this is for a worthy cause.
Uh-huh. That's your camera right there.
Okay. Hi, all Belizeans.
And this is your camera.
Okay, that one's mine.
Yes.
Hi, all Belizeans. We're looking forward for you to come to our event. This is the flyer right here. We're going to be at Industry City Courtyard. It's going to be a blast. So you guys come on out, okay?
So we're gonna have some fun. People are gonna be dancing. I did a cultural fest in Harlem, and they were there from Belize and different countries. But yet, I think they had a dance troupe there,
Yes, we have.
and they had drums.
Yes, the Garifunas.
The
yes.
Garifuna, yes,
Right.
yes, yes. I first met the Garifunas when we were doing stuff with BronxNet years ago, and then they were in a parade. I think it was the Bronx Day Parade,
So,
and they came through the parade.
yeah, they're going to be
Yes.
there. The drummers, the Garifuna, dancers, they will be there as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. They're from Belize.
Yes, they're from Belize.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you know, a lot of people don't make the connection, and they speak Spanish in Belize.
Yes.
You speak Spanish?
No.
You speak Spanish?
No.
We're the only English-speaking country in Central America.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if they'll fool you because you think it's Joe from the corner over there,
Yes.
and then they say, hey, mira,
Yes, yes, exactly.
107.5
Right.
WBLS, sofrito.
Because the history of the Garifunas is that they were originally from St. Vincent,
Yeah.
and they were driven out. And so they spread out in the Central American area. So some went to Guatemala, Honduras, and Belize. So
Yes.
the ones in Belize, some of them speak Spanish, but not all of them. But the Garifunas from Honduras and from Guatemala,
Yeah.
they speak Spanish.
See? You got to keep it going, right?
Yeah.
That's
Very
why we get the
diverse.
Spanish food and all that stuff
Yes,
mixed
yes,
in.
mixed in. Yes,
And
very unique.
African foods, too.
Yeah.
Yes,
mixed in.
yes, everything mixed in together. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So we have a big date, September 7th. We got the big stage. We have all the vendors. We got the people coming in from Belize.
Yes.
And it's just going to be a nice day.
Yes, it's and also to bring people in together. Like we haven't. Sometimes I remember when we used to go to the Parkfest at Boys and Girls. It's like you meet people you haven't seen in so long.
Right, right,
So
right.
it's like reuniting and just mixing and mingling.
We should take this back to Belize, you know.
Well, Belize has, because we do it
They
here.
have their own festival.
Yes, they have their festival, and this is like home away from home kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's no
Well,
need
you know
for
what?
us.
All the hard work and dedication that you put into putting this together, maybe it should be like a reunion thing, and maybe go over, take a trip to Belize. I wouldn't mind going.
Is that your invitation? Is that your invitation? You're invited.
Oh, thank you so much. I just threw it out there, you know. You
Yes,
never know.
of course.
So let us know more about the 7th, okay? What time does it start?
So it starts from 4 p.m. and ends at midnight.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
So it's going to be a lot. We're having DJs as well. So
Uh-huh.
in between the performers, we're going to have DJ Biggs, DJ Red Eye, Q45, coming from Virginia.
Look at that.
Yes, so
Right.
we're having the Belizeans from all over the United States coming in, and from Belize.
Beautiful. Listen, thank you guys for stopping by, and thanks for sharing. And I think I hope it gets bigger and better, you know, because
Yes.
you've been out for 5 years. But hey, we're
Yes,
back.
we're
Here we
Yes,
go.
we're back, yes.
Look, all the artists are getting together. They are waiting and ready. All right, Dona Andrews, Secretary of New York State Belize Parkfest Incorporated. Brittany Hazelwood, Assistant Secretary of New York City Belize Parkfest. Give us that website one more time before we go.
Sure, the website is www.nycbzeparkfest.org.
Yeah.
And social media?
Social media, all social media links is NYC Belize Parkfest.
Listen, thank you guys so much. We love you. Thanks for sharing.
And
Thank
thanks you for
you.
having us.
You got it. We're going to make that trip.
That's right.
That's right.
All right. See you on the 7th. We'll take a break right here. I've got more coming up next.
Hey, Creative Family. My name is Timothy Coleman, and I'm the Director of Education here at BronxNet. And I'm standing in BronxNet's Media and Technology Studios in the South Bronx because I want to let you know about an amazing program that we're bringing back that highlights the creativity of community members just like you. Emerging Media Makers is a show that introduces you to BronxNet's certified producers. They've taken a step in their creative journey by enrolling in BronxNet's media training classes. On this show, you'll get to see the many ways that our certified producers have created a space that's all their own. Emerging Media Makers, your passion lives here.
And welcome back. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, and our next guest is a speech language pathologist. She's an educator and the founder of Smiles for Speech Incorporated. She joins us to shed a little bit of light on what that work entails and what she's doing with the organization on a global scale, and to speak about her most recent comedy show, I Didn't Know. So please welcome to the show, Sandy Dorsey. Sandy, welcome.
Thank you.
Sandy, you got people doing a little bit more than smiling. They're laughing. Tell us more about this comedy show that we're talking about here.
Yes, so we have an annual comedy benefit show,
Uh-huh.
and this is a fundraiser that brings together really speech pathologists in the New York City community,
Uh-huh.
and we raise funds so that we're able to support the programs that Smiles for Speech runs around the world.
Let me see that smile. It makes people laugh, I tell you that. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get started in this? Because you went to Howard University, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I'm a proud Howard Bison.
There you go.
And I started off as a broadcast journalism major,
Uh-huh.
and then after freshman year, I found out about speech pathology. So they were all housed in the School of Communications,
Yes.
and I was fascinated by it because it's a field that helps people not only with communication and language, but also feeding. And there's so many different areas of the field. My youngest client was a 5-day-old baby with cleft palate, all the way
Ah,
to my oldest client is 102.
wow. Okay.
So after 25 years of working in underserved communities in New York, I wanted to bridge the gap for communities in Africa and the Caribbean that did not have access to speech therapy.
Yeah. Well, this is still under the title of communications, right?
Yes,
Although
yes, it is.
you wanted to become a broadcast journalist,
I did.
but
Originally, I wanted to be a broadcast journalist, and I really wanted to be able to uplift the community of children that look like me. So
yeah,
I grew up in South Jersey, and a lot of times had only maybe one or two, you know, other classmates that looked like me, and came from a single mom. I was born in Baltimore, and so really wanted to have a voice for those children. And then
yeah,
moving into this area of children with disabilities, I mean, a lot of the children I work with are non-speaking.
yeah,
So I didn't go into broadcast journalism, but the joy that I found in that first
yeah.
job I had on 116th Street and Lenox Avenue at a school with children that were going through so many challenges. This was in the 90s.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, this field has been extremely rewarding, and I have been
Yes,
able to shine the light on these
yeah.
children in these
I
communities.
I can see it and I can hear it. I can feel your passion. You're very, very passionate about what you're involved in right now. Wow. And this is worldwide what you're doing here.
Yes, we are in 8 countries. We started in Cuba, then went on to Peru, Jamaica, Ghana, which is our largest program, Kenya, the Dominican Republic, Rwanda, and we're now starting programming in Tanzania.
Well, did you ever think, wow, that you would start something like Smiles for Speech Incorporated? Did you just, I mean, how did it come about?
I didn't know. I didn't know. And when I was standing the first time in the school in Cuba and saw all the children with the Smiles for Speech shirts on, I mean, it just felt like God was directly shining his light in me. And I just knew it was my purpose and my lifetime um, work. So it's a lot of work, but it's just so many blessings that we can all, you know, you think that you're giving so much to these children and they give so much right back.
Yeah,
To have so little, but you can see the smiles that they work with what they have as well as the community.
yeah. How are you funded?
So we have our donors. We are still working on, with the nonprofit. There's a constant fundraising, and we've had support, a lot of support from Regina Hall. She's our global ambassador.
Yeah.
And then we have our donors. So we're heavily relying at this point on our donors, but Regina has been really the backbone of keeping the organization together.
Yeah.
And then we've had our sponsors for the event. Speech in the City is a big supporter. She's a private practice in New York City, as well as Downtown Kids, Panda Speech, Speech Time Fun, and Burum. They
Hmm.
have been consistent sponsors for the work that we do.
Would you like to ask for volunteers and maybe money?
Absolutely.
Well, be
So,
my guest. Say hello to my little friend.
thank you. So, if you would like to donate, definitely email us at hello@smilesforspeech.org. We are always looking for corporate sponsorships. Our website is smilesforspeech.org. And we have a mission trip coming up in next year. Our dates are July 27th to August 5th. So, if you're in the helping profession, we would love to have you consider joining us
Mm.
and working together for the children.
You have an area where they can sign up or get more involved on the website or social media?
Yes, there is a volunteer application on the website that they can go to, smilesforspeech.org/volunteer.
Yeah. Talk more about the programs and services that you offer children with disabilities and their caregivers.
Yes, so the first thing that we do is we talk to families and let them know that they are not the only ones that have children with disabilities. So mothers are shunned in a lot of countries outside of the US. They're faced with this stigma. The community puts pressure on them and says that it's their fault and the child is
Yeah.
cursed, the child is contagious. So there's a desensitization that we have to do and let families know that we support them.
Yes.
And then we offer the speech and occupational therapy consultations. We have workshops, a lot of workshops online, which we started during COVID.
Yeah.
And our first workshop had 541 participants. So we realized we can reach even more people, that way in far corners
Yeah.
of the globe. 17 countries were represented. And then we work with the students. We supervise and mentor students in different countries that have speech therapy programs. And most importantly is the parental resources. And that's letting parents know what they can do at home if they're not able to support financially to have services in their country if they're available.
Hmm.
And then also if there just aren't any services. Some parents don't know that there's
Yeah.
even speech therapy. They don't
Yes.
know.
So they go on about living their lives the best way they can until they find out about an organization like yours and the wonderful work that you're doing in it. How important are those caregivers? Because I know you can't be everywhere all around the world, so you have to reach out to the caregivers to do a lot of the work in and around their area.
Exactly. So, not all parents will be able to have access to the services. And so, when they have strategies to help them learn how they can increase language development for their own child, then they can do that work at home. And we encourage parents, here in the US, even that have access to the services, that speech therapy is maybe 30 minutes, or if you have 2 sessions a week, but the most of the time that is the parent is with the child most of the time. So they can be very impactful once they learn the strategies and different tools that they can use for their child at home.
Yeah.
So they will carry on the work. When we have our mission trips, we expect the caregivers, the teachers, the entire community that's surrounding the child to continue with the work that we do until we see them again.
I have a lot of questions to ask you. The show should be a lot longer because you have something that needs to be out there. But we have 30 seconds. They're giving me 30 seconds. If we missed anything, I know I can't ask you all of those things in 30 seconds, but if you missed one thing that you wanted to mention, what would it be?
Well, in general, I would definitely want to keep the message or share the message that for any parents wondering if their child needs extra support, to make sure that in the US that you go ahead and have an evaluation. I know that there's a challenge sometimes that parents don't want their children to be labeled, but we want to make sure that during those first 5 years, when the language development is most important, if you think that you have some concerns and the doctor says no, it's okay if your child's not talking at 2 or 3 years old and 5 years old, to make sure that you seek an evaluation.
Yeah. So there is a stigma attached to it. So you're saying, hey, try to bypass that stigma as best you can and then reach out for some type of help. Listen, may God continue to shine a light on you. I know you mentioned something about God shining a light on you and your project, and you knew something was happening. You felt it in your heart and everything. May God
Yes.
continue to shine that light on you, and you continue to do the things that you need to do to help others get what they need out of life. It's so very, very
Thank
important.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much for having me. It's been an honor.
You got it. And come back again, okay?
Sure. I
Okay.
would love to.
Sandy Dorsey, founder of Smiles for Speech. We'll take a break. I've got more next. Welcome back. Our next guest is a former professional tennis player. She still has skills. She says she works at it, but she's making a transition. I'll let you know more. She's a tennis coach and the founder of Fearless Growth LLC. She joins us to highlight the work that she is doing through her organization in collaboration with the USTA to promote youth development through sports. So please welcome to the show, Coach Nelo Phiri.
Correct.
Got it.
There you go.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank
Good.
you.
Are you still doing it? Are you still throwing the ball up in the air?
Of course.
You are?
Yes, I'm more so leading by example at this time.
Uh-huh.
Yes, teaching the youth the sport, but also using the sport as a form of facilitating wellness.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a good journey.
Do you do it more than 3 hours a week?
Yes, I do.
And then if you do it more than 3 hours a week, you call it what?
A profession.
It's a profession.
Yes, it is.
So
It
how
is.
did you get involved in it?
Wow, it's a long story, but to make a long story short, my uncle introduced me to the sport.
Uh-huh.
He came to America at the age of 16 and really just got into college tennis. And prior to that, he was highly ranked in Zambia, playing tournaments all over the continent of Africa. And through that, he
If
got
he's
a
highly ranked, he's winning.
yeah, no, he was doing great. You know, that way he got a scholarship to come to America and make a life for himself at 16. So it's pretty amazing. I was speaking with him yesterday, and that's something that I think laid the foundation for me to come as well and play college sports, but also play professionally all over the world. So I honor my uncle by delivering the sport to other youth as well and share the lessons that he's given me throughout the years.
Yeah, because, you know, it's not only playing, it's a discipline. You have to discipline yourself to do the things necessary to be number one, to be a professional, to do well, and then to go on and teach it to others.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. You know, that's one thing he taught me for sure is discipline. So when I got on the court, there are certain things and routines that he made sure that I knew to do on my own without him telling me. So that I think transferred over to my life skills today that I'm learning about myself. So it's very good that he got me into the sport, but more importantly, he taught me fundamental life skills that I use today.
So your professional tennis career, it just took you all over the world, right? Basically.
Yes. I'm so grateful for that.
Yes. So you got a chance, we were talking about the foods from Belize, but you got a chance to experience the different foods and the wines and all those things that come with traveling to different countries.
Yes, not wines at that time.
Yeah.
I was still,
you're an athlete,
under 21. And I was traveling for my matches, and it was work, you know. It was work. So I would put my itinerary together and go to different countries. I think what that gave me was cultural awareness and the interest in different cultures that I still am yet to learn about. So yes, it's really given me a fundamental approach to life.
So you're well-rounded right about now.
Thank you.
Yeah. Questionably, right?
No, I am, and I give ode to my parents, my mother, my father, my uncles, you know, that all the adults that really just raised me to be the woman that I am today.
Beautiful.
Yes.
You worked with the USTA for about 10 years and the
Yes.
NYJTL.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've worked with NYJTL, I've worked with the USTA, I've worked with St. John's University as an assistant coach for the women's tennis team. So I've really put my best foot forward in different organizations that have set a platform for me to do what I do.
All these people are very, very proud of you, you know. They watched you move.
You know, I appreciate them.
Yeah.
I appreciate them for giving me that opportunity to do my work.
So who are these people that you're giving back to?
I'm giving back to the youth. You know, it's very important for me to do that because there are certain things in my life growing up that I think I would have loved that attention to personal development. So I want to give back to them in that way because I know there are certain things that we would love to learn prior to going into adulthood. And, you know, I think that's something they would appreciate going into their adolescence, their adulthood, and facing life challenges.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's very important to me.
You see, a lot of people don't get that. You know, they see all the fine work that you do while you're on the court, but they don't see the challenges that it takes, or some of the things that you have to get involved in to make it work.
That's true.
Did you tell them about it?
Tell who?
The youth, the people that you're teaching.
Yes, of course. Of
Yeah.
course. Actually, they ask very good questions.
Yeah.
So, I was able to be honest, and truthful about the challenges I've faced and the fears I still have today and the fears I'm working through. So I think that creates a safe space for the youth to
Yeah.
also feel comfortable and share their stories and their development and not feel like they have to be perfect right away.
Yeah, and some of the questions that they ask are they hardcore or they're easy to answer? You said they ask a lot of questions.
Yes.
What are some of the questions that they're asking?
I mean, for one, they ask, what are some of your fears?
Yeah.
Because we speak about that a lot in terms of just things that may cause anxiety.
Yeah.
Things that may cause depression, things that make me sad. We talk about emotional and social learning. So while I'm talking to them about that, it's natural for them to also ask me how I cope with that and what are things that I've been able to go through.
Yeah.
That have made me the woman that I am today. So they're tough conversations, and they're conversations that at times I have to have individual conversations with parents and the
Sure.
students. But for the most part, this isn't my show. This is their class.
Right.
So as a teacher, I'm able to recenter myself and really gear the class towards their learning and
Yeah.
not have this be about me. It's
Yeah.
about them. So
But they're experiencing it through you because they're looking up to you to guide them in the right direction. So what was one of your main fears, and were they able to share that fear, or did they have some fears
One-
that were the
yeah,
same
sure.
as yours?
I'll be honest, one fear that I shared with them that they connected with was the fear of disappointing my parents,
Yeah.
in particular my mom.
Yeah.
That fear, lingered for the past few weeks, even to this day at my big age. So there's things that I talk through now with my mom to be able to alleviate that fear. My faith also helps so much.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But one of the things I go through in my curriculum is the power of communication, positive communication. So I am able to create those conversations with my mother so that she understands where I'm coming from, but I could also understand where she's coming from. So that's the number one topic we go through is positive communication in our curriculum with Fearless Growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, we all have those fears. Even when you open up a microphone, even if it's for the first time, wow, they're gonna think I sound kind of crazy. And it's a fear of not knowing what's around the corner, and it's a fear of not preparing before you got there. And if it's an athlete, like in boxing, a lot of times I didn't prepare. I didn't do what I was supposed to do to get where I needed to go. Like, I was doing it so well that I didn't think I needed to train. I'm good. I don't have to train. Wow. Until you run into somebody who's been training for 2 months. You didn't do anything. Now you're in trouble. So what do? You
man.
try to do everything in the first round and then get out of there. But if that doesn't happen, then you're in trouble because you can't breathe anymore. So those are some fears that
Yes,
you have to.
Do you think you have to overly prepare for everything?
So we're gonna flip the script here.
Because I'm laughing.
Because
I'm like,
that can be the case also. You over prepare, and now you did too much.
yeah.
But it's better to be prepared than not.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. So where do we go from here?
You're right.
What's next?
You're right. What is next in my journey in personal development or?
In your journey with helping others get what they need.
Oh,
Because when you help others get what they need, you
Yeah.
also take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's next I call them seasons. So what's next for my fall season is partnering up with different schools that,
Oh,
and sharing a tennis and wellness initiative. So I'm looking forward to sharing with BronxNet who those partnerships are going to be. But for now, we just want to lock them in and make sure that this is something that they are ready to commit to, because this isn't just a one-time session. I'd like for this to be several times so that way the lessons are instilled.
Beautiful. And I have 30 seconds. You said you wanted to do something for the last 30 seconds. That's your
Okay,
time right
30
there.
seconds,
Yeah.
okay. Listen, I also do spoken word because I love to tap into my creativity. And this spoken word is called I Do This. I do this. What is this? A form of expression of my intention, my motivation for creative organization. One moment at a time, I manifest good creation, clear and obvious to the eye and mind. Love is the core of my vibration, combating temptation with positive inspiration. I love it here, rooted in reading, running, and much needed meditation. For the purpose of concentration, for the interest of effective conversation and good communication. I share valuable information, Cash App, Nelo Loves, and interviews, life investigation. Instagram, Nelo_loves. I'll consider your application after serious evaluation or large compensation. Much appreciation. Miss Love.
There you go. The coach is in the house, Nelo Phiri. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
I love this.
You got it all in there, right?
I love it. Yes.
Make
I
sure he
did.
gives you a copy of what we just did.
Okay, that's so great. If there's any schools or sport organizations open to partnering up with me, please reach out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a quick shout out to NEA Jazz Master Chef, saxophonist Donald Harrison Jr. He will have his Donald Harrison Jr. Quantum Leap Jazz Festival. It's going to be held at the Borgonese Vineyard and Winery. And that's going to be coming up soon, so look out for that.
I look forward to doing this again.
Yes, well, you got to come back again, all right?
Thank you.
But unfortunately, look, they're wrapping me up. Look, it's right there. Unfortunately, it's all the time for today's show. I want to thank our guests for joining us, you all viewers for tuning in and checking it out. You keep following us on BronxNet TV for continued coverage, too. Thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice and let your choice control the chooser. Of the Dr. Bob Lee. I'll see you over 107.5 WVLS. I love you all. Peace.